Here's some questions you can ask a guy on a date to gauge how emotionally available he is so that you don't have to ask, what are you looking for? 1. Do you like your job? Are you happy? I ask this question because unless a man is satisfied with his career, he's not going to have the emotional bandwidth to think about literally anything else, let alone prioritize dating. Men pretty much have a one-track mind, so they're pretty bad at having to focus on two different things at once. Like, the only times my guy friends completely ignore me and don't answer is when they're really stressed or busy at work. 2. Are most of your friends or roommates in relationships? If a guy's still going out with his bros on the weekend, living it up bachelor style, chances are he's gonna see getting a girlfriend as a killer to his fun and his freedom. But if most of the guys around him are settled down, hanging out with their girlfriends on the weekends, chances are he's gonna wanna do that too. For example, last year my friend Nate got himself a girlfriend, and then a few weeks later his best friend Dan also happened to get himself a girlfriend. Even though the girl was so not compatible with him, it was almost comical. But then a few months later, Nate broke up with his girlfriend, and lo and behold, so did Dan. And back to the clubs they happily went, holding each other's hands and skipping. Question 3, do you have any siblings? And this question is aimed to find out if 1, they have any sisters, which is usually a good sign, because men who grew up with more women in their household tend to be a little more respectful towards women because they would never want any man to disrespect their sisters, so they would uphold those same standards for themselves. But obviously that's not always the case. And 2, if they have older siblings that are single, especially if it's an older brother, then most likely they're also not going to feel the pressure of finding someone because they see their older sibling living just fine being single. 4, when was your last relationship and how long was it? It's a great way to see if he's even capable of commitment and to see how he speaks about his exes. But if a guy ever mentions how crazy or psycho his ex is without you prompting him to, then run. That's a red flag. Obviously, you shouldn't be asking these questions back to back because you still want to keep the convo fun and lighthearted, so work these questions in naturally as the convo flows, which is easier than you think. Because the worst thing you can do is make a guy feel like he's being interrogated on a date.